Hello and welcome to what I hope to be a more informational video about Magicite. There are quite a few plays on YouTube, but there's nothing really super informational, so I'm going to try and do that. People that know how to play Magicite and know how to play it well will probably be very bored by this, so take that into consideration. First off, we have the character creation screen. This will determine basically how you play your game later on. Here we have various stats: HP, attack, dex, and magic. HP is HP, attack is physical damage, dex is ranged damage, magic is magic damage. Dex also affects your stamina. You have a stamina bar and you have certain uses of stamina. The more dex you have, the more uses of it you have. I haven't run into issues with that because it's simply dodging and jumping. You only double jump anyways. Magic affects max mana as well. You will also see that some of these are green and red, and just normal white. White means you have an average chance of getting a point in it upon level up. Green means you have a higher chance. Red means that you have a much lower chance. So if you want a magic-based character, this would be a terrible starting thing because your magic is red. However, if you want to just purely go with melee attack, you have green HP and green attack, so you'll get both of those quite a bit. You also get two traits. These will change based on every time you hit this, as well as these up here. So find stats you want and traits you want to complement what you want to do. You also have a choice of race. Each race starts with different starting items, as you can see over here, and different starting stats bonuses. So this character would get 2 random items, an axe, and an extra HP. This one would get extra HP and magic, but only 1 axe. The character I normally use is Earthkin for right now. I haven't unlocked everyone yet, and I generally want a higher attack and dex. Attack for early game, dex for late game. It is a good option to have at least one form of ranged attack by mid-game. You will want to be able to take out enemies at mid-range. Now I'm just going to flip through stats, and what I'm looking for personally is the big potion brewer. This. I want to be able to make bigger potions, since I personally have a problem with getting hit repeatedly stupidly. So I want more potions and more health. A lot of new players probably will want this trait as well. I just need that and dex not to be red. I skip over repeatedly. This one's great. I have extra 2 HP. Potion brewer, dex is green and HP is green. I would prefer also having attack green, but just the way of randoms. You can also change the variant of your character, which just changes his face, no affecting your character that I know of. You also get a hat. Each hat gives you a random bonus. You unlock these and races by playing the game. It will tell you how to unlock it. So these are just various hats. The one I'm going to pick is this one, because I want lots of dex for mid to late game. And this one will just give me an extra chance at dex stat on level up. Companion, they unlock by doing various things. They do various little things. This one will give me an extra health upon entering the end of a district. Might as well take it. Now, before I start, it's good to know that when you create your character and get into the game, you could have an enemy right there trying to attack you, so you want to be prepared for that. Which doesn't seem we got that. Now, first things first, you want lots of wood. progression, you want to make pickaxes and upgrade your pickaxes as soon as possible. Upgrading your pickaxe gives you better ores when you mine. Pigs don't attack, they're passive mobs. Each biome, I guess, has a passive mob. Pigs are this biome's passive mob. This is a treasure chest. There's supposed to be locks on these, but those aren't coded yet, I guess. And now we get into the crafting system because I cut down some trees. First, it's to make a pickaxe. You can combine wood and wood to make a wooden plank. You can combine a stick with a stick to make an axe handle, and combine an axe handle with a stick to make a pickaxe handle. You combine wooden plank with wooden plank, you get a blade. And this character starts off with armor, so I should equip that too. Now, inventory management is going to be a large part of this game. On top of that, learning how to craft is going to be a large part of the game as well. What you see me do is I take one out before I combine it. If you don't do that, and you say 2 and 2, it's going to combine all of these with all of these. And I get 2 blades, which is not something that you probably want because you just wasted items. Unless you wanted that many blades. You need to remember it's going to combine all of this with all of this. That one had gold ore in it, but because I had a basic wooden pickaxe, I couldn't mine the gold out. I need an iron pickaxe to mine the gold. Hence why we're going for as many upgrades to our pickaxe as soon as we possibly can. Shouldn't use my basic non-fighting things on these because it doesn't increase my damage, but it will use the durability of the item I'm using. Then mine. Bees are very bad to fight at this beginning of the game. They do really good damage. They move quite fast, if I can get them to move. And it's very hard to time with the basic melee attack on how to hit him. See? If you get hit, your invulnerability frames go off, but you also can't hit them. So if they hit you first, you're not doing any damage to them, and then they'll probably just hit you again. Starting off, you do not want to fight those. And I should also not take stupid damage. Luckily I got a potion. Slimes are your basic enemy. They'll just jump once, they deal 1 damage. Wait for them to jump and then just attack them. And over there, we have a boar. Boars are also an enemy you probably want to avoid. They're fairly easy to deal with. They come charging at you, you jump, and then you just hit them when they're done charging. Problem is, you don't have a lot of damage, and they have a lot of health right now. So you need to do this repeatedly, and you need to make sure you don't land on them, or have them charge into you stupidly. It's best to just avoid these, but for the sake of demonstration, and because I'm already almost killed them, I'll just finish them off. You also see up here, you have your experience bar. Killing enemies gives you experience. You want as much experience as possible, so it's best to kill as many enemies as possible. But since we don't have much damage right now, the tougher enemies are good to avoid. We have 4 stone. We can combine stone with stone to make refined stone. You want at least 4 stone, so that you can combine 2 refined stones for a blade, and then you can make another pickaxe handle. You can make a stone pickaxe, our first pickaxe upgrade. Like I said, we're going for pickaxe first. By the end of the game, while I have not made it to the final boss, I know you want a diamond pickaxe for him. There will be things you can mine that will help you. Do lots of damage to the boss. And apparently the boss has a lot of HP. Well, I'm not good enough to get there yet. The wiki does help with some things like that. First stage, we'll mine as much as possible and get as much trees as possible. It might be best to just use up your full wooden pickaxe, at least, during this. To make a pickaxe, you can just combine stick with stick and you get an axe handle. Now I could use this Ironite Great Axe blade to get a Great Axe weapon. I personally dislike Great Axes, and they're much slower than swords. It does come back to bite me. I don't have the timing down. And if I can't hit the mob and I do 0 damage to the mob, then it doesn't really matter how strong my weapon is. I have a bee up there, bee right there, and these things are in the way. So somehow I need to... Doesn't really matter now. I want to try and avoid bees. Bees are best to take out with a bow if you have one, or at least get a good sword that you can bounce them out of your way and do good damage to. And it doesn't really matter now because I died retardedly. You can unlock different things here by opening the treasure chests, and we shall play again. When you hit play again, the stats that you start off with will be the same. However, if you have random item slots, it will give you a new random item. Start off, and there's a bee down there I want to avoid, so I will just jump up here, take damage from the slime stupidly, twice, and get out of my way. Herbs, you want herbs because you can combine 2 herbs to make a potion. Because I have the potion brewer trait, instead of getting a small potion, I get a big potion. Pigs are free XP. And then we cut out some trees. First thing we do is make a pickaxe. Pickaxe progression is priority. And we have our pickaxe. I want to try and stay away from the bee over there. But I also want to try and kill the pig and slime. The boar is probably going to charge at me, so I need to be careful of that. What you do? Grab the experience, don't want to leave that behind. I'd rather take a damage from the slime than the boar. Up and out. Kill him and go. Pigs also drop meat, although this have not dropped meat yet. As you can see up here, you have your health, magic, what's it called? I think I don't really care about salmon. And then food. I'm not sure what happens when your hunger hits 0, I'm assuming you die. I have never had that happen to me. Boars will drop meat in the first stage, and pigs will drop meat. You want meat as much as possible, because if you cook it, it has a chance of healing you. I have low health, so I need to use that. However, you cannot eat unless your hunger is not maxed. That does come into play quite a bit. Now then, pickaxe progression. Now I have a stone pickaxe. An axe, you shouldn't need any more than a stone axe after your wooden axe breaks. And now we can get iron ore. I want to go down there because that has a chest and I should pay attention a bit more. And we have those 3 rocks. Issue is going to be the bee. And these are the raw meats. If you take 2 coal or coal and a stone, you can make a fire starter. Using the fire starter will create a small campfire. If you use the food with your right click, at the fire, you'll cook the food. It will give you more hunger filled, but also has a 50% chance to give you 1 health. I think starting from the other side will be ideal for killing that. But I'm also going to have to deal with the slime down here. And more importantly, the boar, which I take stupid damage from. Then 2 more hits or so should kill him. Now, I'm going to try and lure the bee while mining. Because I want to stay here as little as possible because of the bee. And once the bee gets out of my way, I can just make a break for the chest, take 1 stupid damage, and run. Also of note, some chests might be a mimic. You can generally tell because they'll have a red tongue sticking out right about there. And if you attack them before they are aggressive, you can kill them. So if you have a bow or magic, range attacks are really good for taking them out. They do good damage, but they do also hold chest loot, so you do want to kill them. Chest loot is generally really good loot. You can get special rings and stuff from chests, depending on the area you're in. So it's a good idea to kill them. Want that to be out of the way, because I want this, and I want to be out of the way. Probably going to need to take stupid damage. This is the end. It will give you 3 choices of a level to pick. The 3 choices I have are the same as this level. It's best to try and go with the easiest route you can. If you pick this place, you have a high chance of getting potions because these slimes drop herbs and there's little bushes on the ground that you can get herbs from. And since you need potions, it's best to do green repeatedly starting. I'm going to need to take stupid damage to get by here, probably, unless I can get right here. So if at all possible and I can't avoid damage, I want to try and hit these because they'll do 1 damage and he'll do 2. And I'm not sticking around. Every in-between area you start off in a town. I will explain this as the last part of the video. The town, you can smelt ores. Iron you cannot combine right away, so you have to smelt. You need an ore here and an ore here to get 1 bar. So basically, much like stone, it's 2 for 1. Here you can buy things. I recommend only buying potions and saving up for a diamond whatever. Everything else you should be able to deal with and craft yourself. Potions are always a good buy because health is limited. This is iron axe, kind of diamond axe. You don't really need a diamond axe. You can get by with basic normal axe. There's generally 2 shops per. This guy is the selling person. Whatever you don't need, you can sell for a small bit of money. I'm not going to magic. 2 shrooms isn't magic. I should save that, and I should save this. Big mysterious potion. This has a chance to heal you, a chance to spit poison, and other stuff. This one gave me mana. I don't really need mana. It's best not to rely on mysterious potions because you can injure yourself with them. This guy refines monster hide into armor, which means monster hide plus monster hide is refined leather, and I need that and a random ore bar, and you get 1 of these. If you take 3 of those, you can make a helmet or a chest piece. This is for a dexterity build. Where is the other person? There he is. This person's for a magic-based build. You need a monster pelt and a monster pelt. You combine them and you can get cloth. Cloth plus bar is one of the special cloths. Then you can make a special armor. Armor will give you HP based on tier of armor, and it will give you attack, dex, or magic based on type of armor. The smithy over here will both smelt your ores and allow you to create chest armor, head armor for attack, and a shield which will just give you health. It will do nothing other than give you health that I know of. The game has an enchant system, but I don't understand that yet either. As far as I can tell, there's a random chance to enchant whenever you make anything. Personally, I would go with melee stats for up to iron. After iron, you can skill into either more dex or more magic based on if you want to do magic or dex based characters. Early on in the game, you're probably not going to have magic or dex. Well, a bow. You can get a bow easily by crafting sticks to a pick handle, then another stick for an unstrung bow, 2 spider webs as a string, string plus bow equals bow. Problem with that is arrows. You combine a stick with a bar to make 5 arrows. That's 5 uses per thing, which you're probably using right now for armors and various other things like pickaxes, a sword, that kind of thing. You're just not gonna have much for either a magic build or a range build at the start, so you might as well have something that will increase your damage without a sword and with a sword. Blade and the sword held as a sword. I might as well show you the fire. Now, as you can see, up here is the food bar. I eat, I gain 1 food, but it's impossible to heal me. However, cooked meat, 350% chance to heal. Gained the health from those 2 uses, and now I'm at full hunger. Hopefully this helps some people. I shall try and make more types of these videos in the future. Thank you for watching.